guys, Hannah and Jerod here again. We got Belle in the back on a little impromptu road trip, heading back to Kansas. I was at therapy today, and I noticed a little rash in my armpit, like little blisters that haven't popped. It doesn't look very good, and so they've determined it's shingles, and that's pretty contagious, especially once it first opens up. So I can't be around other patients or people with compromised immune systems where I could potentially be endangering them to get shingles. It's a variation of the same virus that you get chickenpox from. We don't know everything about shingles quite yet, but we're figuring it out. I do know that after the blisters pop and then dry over, that's when I can go back to therapy. So with the time off...
When it's fully scabbed over, or like when the scab falls off?
No, when it's scabbed over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they say that's relatively soon, like it should happen?
Yeah, they said probably in the next couple of days. But until that happens, they don't want me going to Fraser or attending therapy.
Can you still go to your MRI appointment?
Yes.
Is that not going to be an issue?
No. Like, that was one thing I told them, even if I made this trip home, that I was going to come back for the MRI, because I don't want to slow down that process at all.
And that's for?
The epidural stimulation. Yeah, for the surgery that's slated for May for epidural stimulation, they want to do an MRI of my spine and then do a punch biopsy to make sure there's no infection or anything in there. And my MRI is scheduled for Thursday at 4:30. And I don't want to slow this process down at all. Like we've said, I've been working for this for years, and the sooner I can get that surgery, the better, in my opinion. And so I want to keep that moving forward. Luckily, it's below my sensation line, because they were telling me it was probably be pretty painful if I could feel it, but I can't. I have had some symptoms of AD at night, and I haven't been the most comfortable, and that may be related to that. You never know with spinal cord injury and everything. But I need to get home for a face-to-face meeting with my social worker, and Hannah's good at flying by the seat of her pants. And I came home a little before lunch and told her what was up, and you were actually the one that was like, do you want to go to Kansas?
Yeah, I mean, we needed to go. We knew that Jerod had to go see a social worker, and we can't go on the weekends, and Jerod's typically busy at Fraser every single day. There's not much time for us to just head down to Kansas, and that's at least a 3-day trip.
It is. It's all of an 8-hour drive with no stops, 550 miles or something. So
we really do need to add up how many miles we put on this van. We've been traveling a bunch of places, so we'll do that someday. But yeah, it's at least a 3-day trip. Like, we get down there and Jerod's pretty fatigued and I'm tired. It's not a very fun drive. It's flat. There's not much to see.
No,
scenery is just kind of off. So,
and the wind is blowing like crazy today.
Yeah,
it's raining. Yeah.
The wind's blowing us all over the road.
Yeah. It's not the funnest trip. It's hard on both of us.
And we were even considering hitching a trailer to the back, because we're getting ready for a move to who knows where.
Yeah, who knows where.
Somewhere. And Jerod has a bunch of things, like this little hospital bed, a couple chairs, a seat that pops in the van that we haven't used yet, so it's not likely that we'll need that.
No, we won't need that.
And it's hard for you to get in with the chair.
Right. I need the extra space.
Right.
So we just had some extra things that we wanted to bring back to Kansas while we had the opportunity, but
we looked into that and called Jerod's dad, and quickly shut down that idea.
Yeah, he was like, you do what you want to do, but I think it's a bad idea.
And he has a truck and their own trailer. Like, we would have had to go to U-Haul,
rent one,
get a hitch put on the van. I have a hitch on my vehicle, but we had even considered Jerod bringing his manual chair,
transferring into her car,
which is a crossover, so it's higher for Jerod. So that would have been
a nightmare.
Interesting.
Interesting is putting it nicely.
Yeah. But
between Hannah and my dad's better judgment, we decided just to take the van and not worry about moving stuff for now. Just get in and see the social worker, and that would be taking care of enough business while we have this downtime.
But the van's been having some issues. Like, we just got it fixed. I went and got it Thursday of last week.
Yeah.
It's Monday. So we noticed over the weekend when we went to go to the Kansas game that the ramp wasn't deploying correctly. Sometimes it would deploy, but it wouldn't touch down and would just like reel right back in. Other times it would deploy just fine, but then when it came, and I was doing a manual override at this point.
Yeah, sure deploy.
Yeah, because when we were just pressing the button, the door would open, so the ramp wouldn't come out. And then we were at Kroger, grocery shopping, and the ramp wouldn't come back in. Like it was almost like it didn't have enough power to lift the ramp up to then reel it back in.
Yeah.
So I had to lift it up manually, and then I set it on Jared's foot plate, and then I like climbed into the van to do the manual override. So it's been...
You've been great about figuring all this stuff out. Like,
I mean, what are you gonna do? Drive home with the ramp out?
I guess you don't really have a choice, do you?
Right. So we went there. We went back to Superior
Van and Mobility.
Yes, they're awesome. Actually.
They are awesome.
Like it's frustrating because we have to continue just to go back. But ramps like this, like there's so many moving parts to that of course you're gonna have to.
Like I said, we're headed back to Kansas to meet with my social worker, who she has just been phenomenal throughout this whole process. It's really non-traditional what I'm doing, getting services from Kansas while I'm down in Kentucky receiving therapy. But there's nothing comparable to this in Kansas. So that's the reason why the services are allowed to follow me, because I'm getting a unique treatment that's not available back home. And my social worker Lisa has just been amazing in figuring out how to make this stuff work. And you know, you always hear people's nightmare stories about being on disability and everything, but my experience has been great. Kansas has been phenomenal in taking care of me. Lisa has been great in figuring out ways to make the system work, and so we're headed back to meet up with her. And she's got to have a face-to-face meeting with me every few months, and it was time for that again. So we're taking this little break in therapy taking advantage of this little break in therapy to get back and get that face-to-face. Hey guys, we're here in Kansas. We just got to my chiropractor's office. Scott Risley has been really good to me ever since I was injured. He actually threw me my going away party when I left to go to Kentucky.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I think he's been a really big part of me maintaining health and keeping my body as aligned as possible. I know a lot of people don't believe in chiropractors, but I know he's helped me and done wonders for me. Sitting in a chair all the time, bones start moving, especially with the muscle laxity and stuff like that. Your body just doesn't hold things where they're supposed to be, and he's really helped keep everything aligned. And he doesn't do anything crazy, and he's not like cranking on my neck. He's very careful, but I
love those videos on YouTube.
Oh, the popping videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have the ones where they like put the rope around like your neck, but it's almost like it cradles your head, and they just yank that. Like, I would love to have that done.
Well, he doesn't do any of that. He's all very gentle, and I just think it's been a big part of me keeping myself as healthy as I can be. So he's been great. He's gonna, anytime I come in town, I just send him a text and he squeezes me in.
The day before.
Yeah, I literally text him.
In Jerod fashion.
Last night, and he was like, well, we take lunch at 12:30, so why don't you come at 12:30? So that means he's eating up some of his own lunchtime to help me out. He's just, when I lived here, he would come visit me 3 times a week at my house. So he's just been great.
Yeah.
Been really
I'm
great.
excited. I got to see him last time.
Yeah, he treated you.
I was aching. I had 19 flights, 6 long trains, and then a cruise. 8-day cruise.
Yeah.
And we came here immediately after. Like I got home on the 10th, the evening of the 10th.
Yeah, and
we were on the road
12th?
The 12th.
Yeah.
So Jerod gave me 0 time. I had to drive 8 hours to Kansas. I was dying. I was sick.
Yeah, you were so
worn out. My body was
aching. Yeah.
And I'd expected to go a couple more months, like on my trip, and I was just ready to come home. And it was almost Christmas, and I was getting a little bit homesick. But when Jerod said that he was gonna, I think actually you texted him because I was hurting.
Yeah.
And so Jerod got me in to see
Risley.
I should know that because there's a Risley right there in front of me. But You know how I am with names.
I do.
I usually make up a name, or like I think they look like a particular name, which, you know, nobody. Do I look like a Hannah? I don't think I look like a Hannah. Jerod is not a Jerod. He's a Leroy. So Jared's middle name is Michael, and his last name is Nieder. And I was like, your mom missed out on like an epic opportunity. Your monogram could have been LNN. Like, what? And I like to call him Leroy, or Roy for short.
Mm-hmm. Which happens to be my great grandpa's name.
Yeah.
So it works.
And I'm your other great grandpa.
Yeah, we call you Ray.
So, you know.
It's a
I'm
family
okay with
affair.
Come up when you're ready.
All right.
Feel good?
Yeah, it feels real good.
So should he be getting that done more often? Like how often?
I mean, when we were going before, we were at once a week, I believe.
You would come by 3 times a week sometimes.
3 times, yeah. I would say, that's right, it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say on a minimum right now, I would have you at once a week, especially for this procedure, just to get, I mean, you got a lot of rotation on the right side of the shoulder blade at T4 and T7. There's a spondylolisthesis here at T10. And as you're coming down the spine, you feel this 9 spine as 10 drops in so far, and then you come back to 11. And so 9 needs to be brought down.
Gotcha.
Because once you start doing more extension work, that's going to accentuate this. So getting that in as most stable as possible. And then you're just pretty hypertonic all through your lumbars right now.
Yeah, this shingles has got me stirred up.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, they say it's pretty painful, you know, and luckily it's where I can't feel, but like I just I was spazzing out all night.
Well, I see you having a lot more of this involuntary in the pelvis today and the low back, compared to when I saw you last time. I just closed this up already, but you didn't have hardly any of those involuntary spasms, and so I mean your nervous system is just, I mean, everything's
pissed.
Yeah.
We had a good trip to Kansas.
Quick one.
Yeah, very quick. We're headed back now.
It's Wednesday, 5:30.
Yeah, got in late Monday, about 11:30. Had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't decide to leave until 10. You came back at 10:30.
Yeah. And then we had to hear back from Lisa and everything before we
The
left.
social worker.
Yeah. We had to convert the tickets and get the van fixed before we left.
And pack it up.
Yeah, you packed in like 2 seconds. You got it down.
But we got on the road like 3:34.
Yeah.
Made 2 stops just for gas. And
we were in my driveway in Kansas by like 11:30.
yeah.
So not too bad.
And we gain an hour going that way.
Yeah, we do.
Lose an hour.
Going home. But Tuesday was a good day. I saw my chiropractor. That was great. You know, I always feel better after seeing him, and this is great visiting with him. He's such a good guy. We went to Taco Tuesday.
But it was
Holly's birthday.
Holly's birthday.
Yeah.
And they had this big sheet cake, and they were passing out the pieces, and they were telling me that if I found a peanut in my cake, then I won the prize.
Don't eat it. You have to show it to him and prove that you got the peanut.
And at first I was just like, okay, so is this just a joke saying that, like, is that almost saying that there's going to be something in my cake that's unexpected?
Are they messing with the new person?
You're right. It's almost like a hazing process. And then I was talking to Jared's mom, and I was cutting into my cake, and I just felt it, and I knew, and like, I got really nervous, and I wasn't quite sure if I should tell anybody.
She didn't want the attention.
But I ended up being like, all right, well, I got the peanut. And they had this brown paper bag, similar to what you can see in like a Texas Roadhouse, where you put like the peanuts You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of bags that they had, and they said, okay, like, you win the prize.
Yeah.
And I just assumed it was a bag of more peanuts.
She leans over to me and she's like, what are we gonna do with these peanuts?
So he goes, peanuts?
Yeah.
It's not peanuts. Open
What
the
are you
bag.
talking about? Open the
And
bag.
so I reached for the bag, and apparently, like, people have been watching, like, waiting for me to open this bag.
It was a big bag of Twix and some cash.
Yeah, I won the prize.
Yeah. This morning I met with my social worker. Everything's good. Still approved for everything. So that was positive. She switched companies. There's lots of mix-ups in the government with Kansas right now. So she switched companies, but everything's still good. It's always kind of nerve-wracking whether I'm going to keep, my services and keep things going the way they are. But
It was a long appointment.
it was. Since she was with a new company, we had to do like a whole new intake process, and it was over 2 hours.
We'll check back in once we get to Louisville.
Yep. Or to the hotel tonight, depending on what happens. So, all right. See you guys.
Galt.
Home sweet home.
Meow. Sweet. Gotta be really careful over these speed bumps. You can kind of hear it. This always happens. All right.
Lovely system designed where you drive on the left side.
It is a little odd.
It is.
Meow, meow, meow. Okay. And we just finished watching my favorite movie, She's the Man.
Gets better every time.
I can quote it.
Oh, you can and you do.
You don't have an option there.
No.
I'm driving. I don't think I should post any of this, except for the home sweet home. Right, you're driving. Well, who will say it? So you know what? I'll do what I want. Hey, just going dip. I don't see the dip in the road.
Here it is.